The Egyptian temples were the schools of knowledge, their focused wisdom, power, material and spiritual wealth that prompted Egyptian civilization to development and prosperity. Through the stars the wise Egyptian priests directed their plans. They structured a method to reveal information about the universe and the process of spiritual development that every human being lives, a way to show man what life is and to exist, set a few phases and times to reveal the information about the universe to the people, a few stages that would change over time, times dedicated to studying how the universe is created and then the consciousness of the human being. Each stage of time was dedicated to building a temple and transmitting a wisdom, a teaching of the cosmos, the only God that exists, and thus boosting the consciousness of man. Egyptian priests for thousands of years directed the fate of the Egyptian people. They were the true power that governed behind the pharaoh, were spiritually advanced beings. They had a concept of progress that was not based on the acquisition of material goods but on achieving peace and inner harmony, in turning a limited animal man into a superman. They created a school of mysteries to pass on their knowledge, a closed priestly caste guaranteeing successors to continue their legacy and revelation process. Around the temples and religious centers the country develops. Within each temple they devoted themselves to transforming the initiated into respectful beings capable of guiding the people and handling the fundamental forces of nature. They choose their disciples among all the children of Egypt, according to their level of consciousness and sensitivity they demonstrated, giving them the possibility of devoting themselves to a priesthood life. They were given information about the process of improving the soul through reincarnation, about God and the universe, taught them science, art, religion, philosophy, medicine and astronomy, trained them to exercise their self-control, learned to conserve their vital energy, understand the importance of respect and free will, speeding up the evolutionary process. They became the successors of their caste, priests with the knowledge and power it produces and the mission to guide the people on a path of spiritual perfection. Statues of priests have been found, some coming out of a bucket, others depicted as scribes, beings with knowledge, a few added to their name the word Hotep, wise that comes in peace, Azimuthep or Ma'at in recognition of their wisdom. Protected from abroad by high walls, each temple was a huge complex where thousands of people, men and women alike, lived because there was no distinction of sex, dedicated at least 21 years of their life to receive information and training to become priests or priests. Each temple contained within a different sacred theme with information that makes sense of everything created, had temples like Kambo dedicated to understanding the need of the dual and polarized universe, to allow the mind to compare between opposite ends and so understand its true. In the Temple of Luxor and Thebes, knowledge they had about the functioning of the body and training were transmitted to ensure that consciousness was not identified with it. The whole temple was like a human organism. Each salon represented an organ with the corresponding information on its walls about its primary function and the benefit that the total body obtained by making it and its relationship with other bodies. Other temples such as Isis had priests that were dedicated to transmitting information and training about physical persecutions, carnal emotions and desires of the body and its difference with superior emotions, intuition and inspiration. They learned to transmute the passions and sensations of the body with the power of the spirit, to raise their consciousness and their vital vibration, to request and channel energy and inspiration. Many temples such as Hathor and Enlil were dedicated to science, astronomy, astrology and mathematics. On their rooftop the priests were dedicated to recording the heavens, the movements of constellations and understanding the different energies they emit and the effects they produce. The changes of the stars followed day by day, recording the duration of the solar year, the exact date of the overflow of the Nile and the exact moment when the earth changes from the era of Taurus to that of Aries, the cycles affecting the process of evolution of man. Karnak's temple in Thebes, the largest of Egypt, was dedicated to consciousness and analyzing the forces around it, understanding the process of evolution and accelerating it using concentration on concepts, words, sensations, exact points or movements. They learned to concentrate on themselves to differentiate between the higher self and the ego, to identify with an external object being to feel and transform into what is thought. They received information about the time and training to live it as an eternal present. They understood that thinking is comparing to know, and that when everything is known you no longer think or compare.